The boy only drinks Coke and not water every day. For this reason, I was scolded by my mother. But it is this habit. Let him get a blessing in disguise. Fluke away a catastrophe. The boy's name is Ander. Living on an island with my mother and sister. Small island in a corner. Connected to the outside world through a sea-crossing bridge. Because the local environment is elegant and comfortable. Many golf courses have been developed on the island. Many wealthy people are keen to come here for vacation and entertainment. Can be said to be golf. Propped up the island's economy. But every winter, the turf of the stadium will wither. The number of tourists has dropped sharply. Local Golf Association, in order to make the turf long-lasting green and lush, introduced a new type of fertilizer. Under the nourishment of fertilizer, turf starts to grow out of season. What is unexpected is, this new type of fertilizer polluted the groundwater of the island. An unknown virus is passing through the water, spread rapidly across the island. Just one day, almost all residents of the island are infected. Just drink groundwater. Will lose consciousness. Become like a zombie. The blood in their bodies turns green. Seeing humans will attack indiscriminately. Andy's mother, who didn't even know. Drink a lot of water while working out. And Andy usually likes to drink Coke. I made some milk powder for my sister. It was his unintentional act. So that my sister was lucky enough to escape the virus infection. Momeji story. Not long after mom drank the water. Suddenly go crazy. Andy was frightened by her appearance. Hurriedly ran outside to find someone for help. Mother is chasing. A car passing by on the street. Car too late to brake. Knocked Andy's mother directly out. The driver is an old policeman. He told Andy to go home quickly. And close all the doors. Never come out. Mom's leg was broken. Keep screaming on the ground. Another group of infected people not far away. Chased after the sound. Ander couldn't bear to leave his mother. Had to take the risk and drag her back to the villa. After going home, he closed all the doors. Then take out the phone to check the situation outside. At this time, almost the entire town have been infected. Ender at a loss. I had to put my mother in the bathroom temporarily. The faucet in the bathroom is dripping. After mom saw, climbed straight to the faucet. People infected by the virus, like a plant, have an inexplicable desire for water. Sister crying. The zombies outside the door heard that they started banging the door frantically. Ander had to put his sister in the cradle. Then cover the cradle with a quilt. Trying to cover up the cry. To prevent the spread of the virus. Actually blew up the cross-sea bridge directly. Intend to let the residents of the island fend for themselves. Ender is helpless. After hiding in the villa with my sister for a few days. The food at home has been exhausted. My sister is hungry and crying. Ander decided to venture out to find food. The zombies outside the door are dumbfounded. No sound stimulation. They will stand stupidly. Like little trees. Ender opened the door. Let the kitten introduce the zombies at the door into the house. Then seized the opportunity. Rushed outside with her sister in her arms. He went to the supermarket to find food. But the supermarket gate was locked. Worse. The sister in her arms started crying again. Brought all the zombies nearby. Will. The back door of the supermarket suddenly opened. A man reached out and brought Andra in. The other party was the old policeman. His name is John. Because of losing contact with the headquarters. Have been in the supermarket for several days. Sufficient food in the supermarket. They don't know that the island has been abandoned by the government. Decided to wait here slowly for rescue. John's daughter Mary was unfortunately infected. To prevent my daughter from becoming rigid, John put her in the supermarket cold room. Use the low temperature and moisture inside. Keep Mary as fresh as possible. John has found the source of the virus. He firmly believes that the antidote will be found. To make my daughter a normal person. John's judgment is right. This virus does have an antidote. The virus disaster was caused by the Golf Association. The Golf Association, in order to eliminate the evidence, send 2 female killers. Came to the island with the antidote. The female killer brings a lot of antidote balls. Throw the ball on the ground. Will emit a chemical gas. And this gas, just to neutralize the toxicity of groundwater. The female killer is well equipped. See 1 kill 1 on the island. 1-year-old and one-sided. The zombies were killed and injured not long after the incident. After John and Ender hid in the supermarket for a few days. The bottled water in the supermarket runs out. They have to eat ice cream to quench their thirst. But this is not a long-term solution. Adults may be able to hold it. But Annie, who is only 1 year old, diarrhea as soon as I eat ice cream. It's terrible to go on like this. John doesn't want to sit still. He decided to go out to find an antidote. Ender with his sister also joined the ranks of self-help. To prevent Mary from attacking and hurting people, wise John used a birdcage. Shut her head up. A few people drove to the small town reservoir. After this period of pollution, the reservoir became very smelly. Zombies seem to like water. Jumped into the pool in a daze. They have green blood, they also like water. Not so much a zombie. It's better to say that they have become vegetative. Mary saw the pool, and rushed in frantically. John grabbed Mary. Can be hard. Actually tore off her arm. Under the action of the virus, the infected person's body becomes very fragile. John was investigating the reservoir for a long time and found nothing. Can only get back in the car. Andy's phone is dead. Took out the phone from Mary's pocket. Trying to get in touch with the outside world. Since Mary became a zombie, never played with a mobile phone. So the battery is sufficient. But it's useless to get it. Learn mobile phone has a password. Ander had an idea. Bring Mary's arm. John sees mixed feelings in his heart. Distressed and grateful. The two then drove to the golf club. Here is the source of the virus. May find the antidote. No one inside the club. John temporarily placed his daughter in the storage room. And then started looking for an antidote. Ander is not idle either. He used a chair and pillow. A safe house for my sister. Let my sister play in it by herself. He ran to help John. Sister looking at a strange environment. With a dazed face. John is in the club. Found the body of an infected person. He guessed that the infected person was due to lack of water. Will become like this. Some kind of water-loving plant resides in the infected person's body. Once the plant absorbs the water in the human body, infected people will become like corpses. This is why zombies like water. At this moment Annie burst into tears. Andy came outside to check. Unexpectedly, Annie, this little naughty. He even dug a hole in the safe house. I don't know where to go. Ander had to look around anxiously. When John was looking for an antidote, suddenly feel stiff. He suddenly had an ominous premonition. He was in the reservoir before. Accidentally contaminated with contaminated water. Now the virus has spread in his body. Not long. He will also become a zombie. At this time, 2 female killers also came to the club. I happened to meet Annie in the kitchen. Annie is starving. I went to the kitchen to find something to eat. The female killer is ruthless. Even gave her the virus. But the sister told the story that Annie thought it was delicious. I picked it up and ate it. Ender's shout came from a distance. The 2 killers hurriedly hid when they heard. Ander found his sister. Want to meet John? 2 killers suddenly rushed out. Surrounded the brothers and sisters one after another. The killer is a pair of twins. To prevent the disclosure of secrets, they decided to kill. The killer sister caught Andy from behind. The killer sister took out the virus and wanted to feed him. At this time Annie and Ander's arms suddenly mutated. Bit off the killer sister's finger in one bite. Infected Annie's eyes turned green. The murderer screamed at the killer. John struggled to rush out from the corner. Bit the killer sister's neck in one bite. Killer sisters are both infected. In chaos, the antidote they carried with them fell to the ground. The antidote falls into a mass of white smoke and spreads. The gas was just inhaled by Annie. The virus in Annie's body is slowly cleared. Is slowly turning back to normal. Ender leads John to the storage room. Want to reunite their father and daughter. The roar of helicopters not far away. Ander came outside excitedly holding his sister. A large number of soldiers with guns and live ammunition stormed the island, carrying a gun for the final cleanup. The government has ordered, never let people here leave the island alive. Every resident found, whether infected or not, the public account will be killed immediately. At this time Annie has become a normal person. She was so scared that she cried. Soldiers are quickly attracted. Ender was terrified. Run with her sister for her life. The two finally came to the beach. A kind fisherman found Ander. Set off to pick up the brothers and sisters. On the way to the schedule, Andy's tight nerves finally relax. And threw Mary's arm into the sea. The virus in the arm spreads rapidly in the water. I believe it will spread to the other side soon. This film is a sci-fi adventure movie, brain frozen. I'm really scared of thinking. The water pollution problem really should not be underestimated. Or maybe someday, disaster will really happen. I hope everyone can start from themselves. Cherish and protect our water resources.